In this video we're doing a runner's review of this, the Coros Apex Pro 2. What is up everybody and welcome to 40 Runs. Now, I am not the best running watch YouTube channel. In fact, I'm probably the worst. And the reason for that is because I'm not much of a tech geek. But what I am going to do and I am going to promise you is that I'm going to, in this review, tell you the bits that are good and bad about this watch. I'm going to give you some of the stats and features and things like that, you know, that make this watch, you know, so technologically advanced. But I'm really going to focus in on what it's actually like to use it as an everyday runner. And I think that's hopefully where I can add some value. There are very good YouTube channels out there that will go into further detail about the tech because I haven't got a clue. But say I want to focus on what it's actually like to use it day to day and focus in on the bits that I use, that I need as a runner. Okay, so the watch comes in this awesome box, a very nice plush box, and you get the usual bits and bobs in there, the lead and things like that. And then you've got on this watch, let's just quickly go through that. So the watch is £499 here in the UK, which is about the same as a Garmin 955. I think for me the biggest features, standalone features, are the touch screen. We've got this tough sapphire crystal screen, which is like pretty scratch resistant. It's got a 1.3 inch screen on the Pro 2. You've got an upgraded HRM and GNSS. Apparently they've been improved. The GPS antenna apparently has been tweaked. Now it supports all the systems like the Garmin, which is good news with regards to the GPS and stuff. I'll come on to that in a minute. But it's got this dual frequency positioning, which is also like helping you out in cities and stuff like that. It's got a blood oxygen sensor on it. I'll come on to that. You've got effort pace metrics now on here. So think Strava. Think the grade adjusted pace metric on Strava, and it's a similar thing to that. We've got 75 hours of battery when it's in continuous GPS mode, which is better than a 955 from Garmin. The watch is weighing in at 54 grams, and that's versus 86 grams for my Garmin Fenix 6. Okay, so that's very quickly some of the features that are on this watch. Now, this is packed full of technology, but before we get into what I like and don't like, I've got to give you a bit of a disclaimer. Okay, so this watch was sent to me by the guys at Start Fitness. I'm not getting paid by Start Fitness to make this video. They've not given me a script. They gave me a tech sheet about the watch, which I actually asked for. But you can buy this watch at Start Fitness. You can use the code 40 Runs, get 10% off, but you can get this watch at startfitness.co.uk. This watch wasn't sent to me by Coros, but it was by Start Fitness, which I really love actually, because by getting it sent by a retailer, I'm even more independent. I don't have to, you know, stick to what Coros send me and want me to say about the watch in any shape or form. So that's good news, but I just wanted to let you know that it was sent to me by Start Fitness, but I'm not getting paid. The only compensation I'm receiving is that obviously I received the watch. Okay, right, so there's some really cool stuff on here, and there's some cool stuff that I'm not using in any shape or form. I think the best way to break it down for me is to talk about things I like and I don't like. Okay, right, so let's start with the things I like. I like the touch screen, so you ain't going to see any of this on here, but the fact that you can scroll through it very easily is a nice addition versus like what I've got on my Garmin. I know that's on some of the other Garmin models now, but for me, I've not had a touch screen watch before. I like the lock feature on it. It locks it up pretty nice, so you know I don't have to worry about touching it and using it incorrectly when I'm out running. I like the ease of the touchscreens, being able to go into them and get more detail on, like for example, like on my sleep patterns, giving me the average of what I've been sleeping that week. I like that. I like the simplicity of being able to dial into that those elements of it. So like how many steps I've walked, the last run I did. It's very easy to navigate through the watch. I really do like that on the Coros watch. I like the weight of it, 54 grams versus 86 grams with the Garmin. Now, I've always worn big watches, so I haven't got a problem with, you know, and it's quite a big watch. If you compare it to my old Garmin, it's roughly about the same size, but the lightness of it versus the Garmin is noticeable, and it's quite nice. I do like that, actually. It's still a big watch, but it doesn't feel like a big watch. Does that make any sense? I like the ease of the navigation, the simplicity of the buttons. You know, to go through and all the different things you need, like, say, if, I don't know, if we're going biking or we're going running, it's so easy to scroll through. It's so easy to get to the system to set up some of your personalisation of it. It's all very, very simple. And I think that's one of the big positives for me, is the ease of use for the watch. In terms of going through everything, it really is very simple and very easy to use, and getting the information out that you want. It really is, and it works very well with the app. Now, I'm a newbie, let's say, to Coros and the app. We have used it in the past, we've tested other watches, but they seem to have, I don't know whether they pimped it up. Oh, I've got to show you this. On the screen, it's one of the pet hates, I come onto it, but the text and the formatting on when you get messages, notifications, is so small. If you're hard of seeing, right, you can't see it very well. I'll just, it's totally random, but I'll come on to that in a minute. Anyway, the app, that's what I was talking about. So the app, I really like it. Very easy to use, a lot of information on there that I'm using probably maybe 30% of it. But I like how easy it is to get to that information. It's a much better app, the Coros app, than the Garmin app. There's a lot of information in there, a lot of data that you can drill into very simply, and I like the way that it explains it. Again, I am an idiot, right, so I like the way that it's explaining a lot of the data to you, what different things mean, like the power and all this sort of stuff. It's very, very good. Even on the, like, talk about the sleep mode, all the different like levels of sleep and stuff like that, there's all bits explaining what all that means. It's very, very cool, and very, very, again, easy to use. This watch doesn't have a silicone strap like a traditional watch is the wrong word, but it's got like this fabric watch strap, which is does up with the Velcro. I'm a fan, but I'm not a fan. I like it, but I don't like it. So I like the fact of how it feels, and again, I think that comes to some of the lightness of the watch. I like the simplicity of being able to put it on and just doing it up, which I'm doing now, and just right, you're there, you're ready to go. But what I don't like is the fact that it's like not flush here. Do you see that it's like a gap, because that gets caught on stuff. Let me take it off and I'll show you. It's a bit annoying, but that's the only thing with it. It's good and I like it, but it's bad at the same time. Right, so can you see that sticking out there? Yeah. If you're wearing that on your watch, that's getting caught on stuff. So it's a bit of a design fault. It needs to sit flush like that. I don't think it can, but almost whether it needs like another clasp or something there. But see how that sticks out like that? It's really annoying, because that can get caught on stuff, which is, it drives me up the wall. So it just needs to come in like that. If it came in like that, then the strap would be awesome. So I like the fitting of the watch despite that. See that again, it's really, I like the fitting of it, like the weight, I like the shape. I like, as I said, the overall feel of the watch. I think the quality, it feels of a high enough quality to justify the £500. I think £500 is a lot of money, right? But a lot of these smartwatches are about that. For the sort of level of what you're getting on here, all the GPS technology that you're getting on here, I'll come on to how the GPS performs, all the map data, you know, the fact that you can load up training plans into this watch, and all that kind of technology that's in here. I'm not saying that justifies the £500 price on it, but you can see where your money's going. The GPS is good on the watch. It was noticeable when I was out down near the river. There's a bit where it always is like a dark patch on the Garmin, but this managed to continue getting it. Now, I'm not saying that was a one-off or whatever, but it seems to hold the GPS a little bit better. It seems to get it quicker as well. I might be wrong, I might be going mad, but it just seems to be getting my positioning better than the Garmin at the moment. I've been wearing the watch for a week. I wanted to wear it for a week to live with it. We've done a race in it, and yeah, just live with the watch for a week and do all different stuff in it like I normally would with my Garmin. But the GPS positioning and the ability to how quickly it locks in is noticeable versus my Garmin. So I think they're the positives, and there's quite a lot of them, which is good news, but there are some negatives. Okay, right, first negative is the strap. I've already spoke about it, so there's a positive and negative. The other negative is that there's no Pace Pro on it. I'm a big user, because now I've discovered it, of Pace Pro on Garmin. Now, again, I might not be using the watch correctly, okay? So you know, a bit of a spoiler alert, but I can't seem to find a Pace Pro application on this Coros watch at all. And I really like using Pace Pro. I really find it helps me now. I've found out how to use it. So that would be a good addition if they could do that at Coros. A bit random, but I don't like the fact you can't customise the face. Yes, you can pick about 3 or 4 different ones, but I like the fact on my one I've got my own branding on there. Small thing, but I like that. So I don't know why they can't do that. That's a bit of annoying. A bit of an annoying thing for me. I don't like on the data screens that I can't, despite putting like loads of stuff on there, I still can't get my heart rate zones on there. On one of the data screens I can get like the blue, red and all that sort of stuff at the top, but if you go out to more than, was it, hang on, more than, so on here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've got 6, but if I go to that one, on just 3 I can get the zones. You ain't seeing this by the way, but I can't on my main screen. I can't get it. It just tells me what my heart rate is. It doesn't tell me the heart rate zone. That for me is really annoying. Again, it might just be a sort of user error. I'm guessing it probably is actually. So if you know how to do that, I'm just turning this off, sorry. If you know how to do that, can you let me know in the comments? But the biggest annoying thing about this watch is its function as a smartwatch. It's terrible as a smartwatch. I mean terrible as a smartwatch. The Bluetooth connection is a joke. I took about half a day to set the thing up because it needed a firmware update. I had to get it onto Wi-Fi to get it set up. It continually fails to get Bluetooth reception, or whatever you call it, connectivity. I don't know whether it's my phone. My phone's a brand new iPhone, but it's never connected. It always loses connection, so I lose continually smart notifications. So I'm having to connect it manually. The app's always saying that it's failed to connect to Bluetooth. It drives me up the wall, it really does. Also, the fact that those notifications are so small is infuriating, and it doesn't tell you very clearly, like if it's a WhatsApp or if it's a messenger. On here on the Garmin it tells you on here, it's not very clear what's coming through. So as a smart watch, it's terrible. It really is. It's useless. They need to do a much better job, Coros, of making it much more a better Bluetooth connection, but just more functionable as a smart watch. I like the Apex Pro 2. I don't dislike it. Will I move away from my Garmin? I'm not so sure. We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, yes, I'm happier to be in this at the moment because it's lighter, because it's easy to use. I love the touch screen on it. And yeah, at the moment, I'm enjoying it. I don't know whether that's just because it's a new toy or whatever, but I really do like the lightness of it and the ease of use versus the Garmin. And that's the Fenix, by the way, that I've got. So on that point, to conclude, yes, I really do like it. I think the GPS is is noticeable, and yeah, it just works well. The HRM monitor seems to work okay. Everything about it just seems to work okay from a running point of view and doing all the other bits and bobs, whether it be biking or whatever. But as a smartwatch, it's not very good. No, that's unfair. It's not as good as its competition. That's a better way of describing it. So I think you've got to go with your eyes open, people. I would definitely try it, definitely have a look at it, definitely check out more reviews, definitely better reviews out there than this one. I would recommend it to you as a running watch, but I would just say, you know, you might have to get used to some of the smart watch features on it versus maybe what you was used to in your Garmin. Now don't forget, just to leave it there, check out all the watches at Start Fitness. Thanks to the guys at startfitness.co.uk for sending me this. Go over to them, you're going to get really good deals at the moment on their running watches, whether it be this one or another one. But go over to startfitness.co.uk, use the code FORDYRUNS and check out their running watches because they've got all the latest running watches on their store now. Okay guys, that's it from me. I hope that was useful in some way, giving it to you, as I say, from an everyday runner's point of view. Is it good, is it bad? Very simple stuff here on this channel. I'll catch you later.